sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload. And please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I want to say a very big shout out to every one of you for all the support you all give me on here on my backup channel. I am truly grateful. Thank you all so much. So today is actually Whyte versus Whyte each, because what started here, all this was a white woman saying that usually a lynching happened because of rape and lies, which means she is saying that most time they lynch and shame black people, that it is because they lied and they raped. Black people did, right? And this white woman took it upon herself to educate them. But I am gonna ask, how do you wake up to learn and change somebody for lying? Don't you take the person, if somebody does something wrong and you think it's something you don't want to take, don't you take it to a police station and then, or take the person to court or sort it out? This is lie. And where is it written that when somebody lies, you learn and change the person? It is actually you all always looking for a way to make black people look like they are the horrible people when you all are the horrible people. Because I don't see how somebody wake up and want to defend the fact that they learn and shame black people. I mean, is defending learn and shame. I mean, where is your humanity? Because I don't get it. I do not get it. You know what? I am talking too much. Stay go to the screen. Let me roll this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. And let me know what you all think in the comment section. Straight up. Let me roll the clip.
This is incorrect. While many lynchings were incited by the false allegations of rape, many weren't. For example, let's go to the Red Summer of 1919, in which over 36 cities mass murdered black people. In fact, between January 1st and September 14th of 1919, white mobs lynched at least 43 African Americans, with 16 hanged and others shot, and another 8 men were burned at the stake. Police and both local and federal government refused to intervene in any of this. April 13th, in Georgia, the riot of Jenkins County led to 6 deaths and the destruction of various properties by arson, including the Cowerswell Grove Baptist Church and 3 black Masonic lodges in Millen, Georgia. May 10th, the Charleston riot. Early July, a white race riot in Longview, Texas led to the deaths of at least 4 men and destroyed the African American housing district in the town. July 3rd, local police in Bisbee, Arizona attacked the Buffalo Soldiers. Beginning on July 19th, Washington, D.C. had 4 days of mob violence against black individuals and businesses perpetrated by white men, many of whom were in the military, and were responding to the rumor of the arrest of a black man for rape of a white woman. They rioted and randomly beat black people on the street and pulled others off of streetcars to attack them. Police again refused to intervene. It took 4 days of violence before President Wilson mobilized the National Guard to intervene. Many of these attacks happened immediately after World War I veterans were returning. For example, on July 21st in Norfolk, Virginia, a white mob attacked a homecoming celebration for African American veterans of World War I, resulting in at least 6 people being shot. Then we can move on to the Chicago riots between July 27th and August 12th. When a young black boy swam onto the wrong side of Lake Michigan, he was stoned to death. Police again refused to take action. Young black men responded with violence to this boy's death, which lasted for 13 days with white mobs led by the Irish. White mobs destroyed hundreds of mostly black homes and businesses on the south side of Chicago. The state of Illinois called in a militia force of 7 regiments, several thousand men, to restore order. The riots resulted in 38 fatalities. 1,000 black families left homeless, and many accounts of the death toll was much higher. August 30th to 31st, the Knoxville riot in Tennessee started after the arrest of a black suspect on suspicion of murdering a white woman. A lynch mob stormed the county jail where they liberated 16 white prisoners, including suspected murderers. They attacked the African American business district, where they left at least 7 dead and more than 20 wounded. Then we could talk about the Elaine massacre. which was literally just in response to the organization of labor by black sharecroppers who were being fucked over. Oh, and don't worry, we're going to talk about the Elaine massacre in another video. But no, lynchings were not often caused by rape. They were caused by white rage, white fragility, and upward social mobility of black people. Have the day you deserve.
All right, so this is how I respond to this. And I don't know why they always play the victim card, because I don't get it. So this person is like literally trying to, like, defend why they lynch and shame black people, because I really don't get it. Make this make sense. And it's really so sick how they do not have any remorse of what happened and most of the things that they did. Like, how do you wake up to say something like this about black people? Damn. You know what? We are going to get into their rage and other things. But before then, let's get into this video and see what this person is. Let's get into it.
I want to remind y'all something real quick that I think a lot of black people don't really have on the forefront of their minds, or don't even really know, or probably never crossed their minds. Y'all do realize that the ghetto, projects, the hood, all of that was not a thing before the 80s, right? That only came about in the 80s for a reason. Drugs, guns, and all that other stuff was pumped into black neighborhoods for a reason, to dismantle what we were doing, to dismantle the power we were gaining. We had our own neighborhoods, our own wealth. Before the 80s, there were places like the Greenwood District, which is also known as Black Wall Street, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yes, Oklahoma. And that wasn't the only place like that. There were multiple neighborhoods and areas like that with thriving black people with wealth and money and just great lives, right? People couldn't handle that. They couldn't handle that. Not only was slavery over, but black people was thriving and making money and having airports in their neighborhoods and black hospitals and black grocery stores and all this black smart stuff, black scientists and black, like, they couldn't handle it. So what they did was bomb those neighborhoods, destroy those neighborhoods, just take them completely out, and then created these ghettos and projects and hoods and pumped drugs and just created all of this trauma. And then there was the war on drugs in, was that the 80s, 70s or 80s? Don't quote me on that. But then there was the war on drugs, and that started this whole idea that black people are all criminals and monsters and they're bad for the community. They're selling drugs and they're robbing and stealing and all of that. It was all intentional. I just wanted to remind y'all that real quick. It was all intentional. And I'm not saying that we have to use that as an excuse to not be successful in life, or as an excuse for the bad things that some of us may do. But I do want to let y'all know that that did happen, and that is still alive and well today. The results of that are still alive and well today. That doesn't just go away. That's a system that was, might I say, very genius to keep people down, and it's still working to this day. So when you have your conversations about black people this and black people that, take that into consideration, because that's not nothing. And yeah, we're gonna pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and get to where we need to be and get things done and be successful in life. That's what we should do. But we can't ignore the source of the problem. That's all I had to say.
I began to think about the way that white rage worked. White rage is not about visible violence. We often think of rage as visible. We often think of the racism as this visible thing. But white rage is subtle. It is corrosive. It operates through the state legislatures, through Congress, through the judiciary, through school boards. It cloaks itself in legalities. How white rage works, it became clear to me that the presence of black people was not the trigger for white rage. It is the presence of black people with ambition. The presence of black people with drive. The presence of black people with aspirations. The presence of black people who achieve. It's the presence of black people who refuse to accept their subjugation. That's the trigger for white rage.
Don't want us in their neighborhood. When they own us, we was in their house. I can't come in the neighborhood, but when you own me, I was warming up your bed. Now there's something wrong with this picture. Shit, when they own us, we had 12 and 14 jobs. Now that we free, I'm so sorry, there's no jobs. Mad because we got away. Let slavery come back in the mall. They'll be on that porch. Welcome home.
So, well, we all see that all these videos answered a lot of questions, right? So, but next time they wake up and want to say some shitty things about black people, I just don't get it. So somebody woke up and want to defend Lynn and Shane. Like, make this make sense, because I really don't get it. I really don't get it how you want to defend something like this. It is really mad and crazy. This is where I am going to draw the curtain. Thank you all so much for all the support. I'll see you all in my next video. And I absolutely want to read all your comments. Bye for now.